Good morning. I am looking quite rough. Got my Starbucks in bed, and it's gonna be a good day. So, I just wanted to talk about 1 John 4:18. This verse has kind of been going through my head the past few days, just about certain subjects. So the verse is, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love." So something that I was talking about with Henry, my boyfriend, is it's a hard concept to grasp sometimes about fearing God, because God continuously talks about throughout the Bible that if we should fear anything, we should fear God. And there's like hair all over my face. When I just woke up pretty much. My perspective of fearing God is knowing that God is sovereign, that He is the powerful great I am, and to know that He is in control, to know that if we are on God's good side, then like this verse says, there is no fear in love, because perfect love drives out fear. And replace God for love, there is no fear in God, but perfect God drives out fear. So if you are on God's side, if you are a current active follower of Jesus, you have nothing to fear, because it says that fear has to do with punishment. And so Jesus says that if you are reconciled with Him, you are at one, you are complete in Christ, you believe in Him, you follow Him, you will not be punished, because Jesus has taken the penalty of your sins. He's already accepted the punishment, the blame, the shame instead of you. Like He did that for you, so you won't be punished. And I think, God is saying that if you are not reconciled with Christ, then it says the one who fears is not made in perfect love. If you do fear punishment and you don't know Christ, then I think you have a right to fear punishment, right? Because we all know what happens if you don't follow Jesus, if you don't love Him, you don't know Him. So that's what I believe that this verse is saying about like the fear of God and how we can apply that to our understanding. But something else that this verse is showing me, something else that I thought that has to do with this verse, is whether you're fearing anything, it says that fear has to do with punishment. So God says the only thing you should be fearing is not knowing me, because if you don't know me, you will, in the long run, be punished, right? But if you do know me, you should not be worrying about money, your future, your relationships, your marriage, whatever, because that stuff is temporary. That stuff doesn't matter as much as your eternity. And so God says the only things you should be fearing at all is me. And it's two options. Do you know me, or do you not know me? If you know me, there's no fear in love. If you don't know me, you should be fearing punishment. That's it. And so it just this verse kind of puts things back into perspective for me. Because God doesn't talk about like fear of your future. Well, He does, but like He doesn't talk about all the specifics. He doesn't say, if you have a fear of spiders, if you have a fear of this problem, if you have a fear of this problem that has to do with this problem. Like He doesn't go in detail. He doesn't go in depth about every single possible fear we could have that's worldly, because worldly fears aren't important. When He addresses fear, for the most part, like this verse, He says, there's no fear in love. Like, I know you're coming to me with all these different fears, but like, do you know me? Okay, you shouldn't fear. If you don't know me, yeah, you should fear, because you're going to be punished because of sin. But that's it. And so if you know God, there's no fear.